everyone! Today I'm going to share with you how to make one of my Christmas flower arrangements to add a little bit of festive cheer to your homes. This can either be used as a door wreath or otherwise as a centrepiece for your table, and you can just add one of these lovely church candles to sit in the middle of it. So it'll be a ring of flowers and then you can sit your candle in the middle. So firstly, what you're going to need is an 8-inch Oasis foam ring, which you can buy from Amazon or any floral suppliers. Then you will need some scissors and also a very sharp knife. And then if you're going to use it as a door ring, then you're going to need some string-covered wire, which you can get from Amazon. It's basically a wire which has been covered in paper string, and it's all nice and bendy, so it's easy to make a little loop for your wreath. You'll also need a little bit of leaf shine, which comes in a can, and you can buy this from Amazon. It basically just makes the leaves go really shiny and glossy and just really brings a wreath to life, which is lovely. And then also, as an added extra, if you wanted to, you can add some silver glitter spray to the foliage on your wreath, which again is very festive, but it's just personal choice. You'll obviously need lots of foliage and also some flowers of your choice. In this particular arrangement, I've used white roses and also some of these beautiful little pale pink hypericum berries, because today I'm going to make a door wreath which is going to be silver and pink and little white roses. So basically I've just been around the countryside on my dog walks and I've picked up loads of little bits of foliage. So I've got some ivy, I've also been into my herb garden and I've got some lovely fresh rosemary and some bay leaves. And then also in the woods I found some of this spruce. So basically you can use whatever you like, whatever's available to you. So we'll start overnight. You should take your foam ring and soak it in a bowl of water. So you'll see basically it's got a hard rim on the bottom and then it's got the Oasis on the top. So when you put it in the water, you want to turn it upside down so that the foam is touching the water, and just place it on the top, and then it will naturally just soak down. So leave that overnight, and then in the morning you can come to do your wreath and it will be nicely soaked, like so. And then we're going to take our knife and just cut around the middle so that you get a nice smooth edge to poke your foliage into. So there, if I can just show you, there you're just cutting off and making a nice flat edge. Okay, and then you need to do that for the outer edge as well, just taking off the sharp corners, and then it'll be easier to place your foliage stems into it. Okay. And can I just say, this is the first time that I've ever done a video like this, so please bear with me, and I apologise profusely if it does all go bottoms up. Anyway, right, so we have got our wreath, which is looking like that, with the sharp edges having been taken off. Okay, and then first of all, we're going to take some lovely ivy. I've trimmed them down to little pieces about that size, okay, and then we're just going to pop that into the wreath like so at an angle, and then we're going to go round clockwise and just cover the bottom edge and make a nice shape like this. So obviously this will probably take you a little bit longer than it's taking me, because I have actually prepped all of my foliage before. But actually it's a lovely relaxing thing to do of an afternoon. Put some Christmas music on or your favourite podcast, cut a few stems and just create a nice wreath for your door. Anyway, so we will just pop the ivy in, just like so, around the edge, like this. it's a good idea to make sure that you do soak the Oasis overnight, because then the foam will take on a nice amount of water, and that will keep all of your foliage nice and fresh. But basically, if you've got it either on the table or above the door, then all you'll need to do is just take it off once a week and give it a spray, and that will keep it all nice and fresh. Okay, so there we are. We've nearly finished that. There. So we've now got a nice outer ring of ivy. Okay, and next we're going to take our spruce, and again I've just got little pieces about like that, and we're just going to pop this as the next layer in above the ivy. Okay, and then this will build up a little bit of interest for all of the wreath. You can pretty much use whatever you like. In the past I've just done a ring full of ivy and the berries, to be honest, but by the time you've sprayed it with some glitter and you've got the berries on and the lovely shiny leaves, then that looks really effective as well. But really it is just personal choice as to what you like to do, and also what's available on your walks, really. But anyway, so that's nearly got that finished. Just like this. There we go. Almost done. Okay, so there you can see how this is now building up. So you've got the ivy at the bottom, and then you've got the spruce leaves in the middle. Okay, right, next I'm going to take some of the bay leaves that I have got, and we're just going to intermingle these in with the foliage that you have already done. Okay, so just pop it into the gaps wherever you can see, just making an alternative little ring of different foliage. Okay. Oh, and the lovely thing about using herbs in an arrangement is that you get the fragrance from it. So I've also used in this particular arrangement some rosemary, and it's just a nice thing to use. Also, when I do bouquets and things, I often use nice herbs and things, because again it does give a lovely different smell. So there, I hope that you can vaguely see the wreath that is coming on there. Okay, so next I'm just going to add a few more little bits of the ivy just in amongst the spruce and the bay, just to give an extra bit of depth. When you're doing it, you'll be able to just judge, you know, where the little gaps are and where you need to perhaps put a little bit of extra foliage in there. But no, it's coming along beautifully. So far, so good. So there we are. Okay. Little bit of ivy just in there, and one more bit just in here. You can just tuck them underneath each other there. So there you can see it beginning to take shape now. Okay, right, and then just around the outer edge I've just taken some rosemary there, just cut it down, and I'm just going to add a few little bits, a few little sprigs into the foam, just to add a little bit of fragrance, but also a little bit of added variation, really, which will look really pretty. And it's surprising actually on an 8-inch ring how much foliage you actually need. So when you're going out, take a big bag and just get as much as much ivy and sort of, you know, various bits of different foliage that you can, because you'll pretty soon fill it all up. Anyway, right, so that, there. So I think that's looking pretty good. I'm pretty happy with that. Okay, so there is my finished ring. Okay, and now I'm just going to take my leaf shine. Usually, if I'm doing, at Christmas time, I sometimes do workshops in my kitchen, which is lovely. But this year, obviously, due to COVID, I'm not able to, which is a real shame. So this is why I thought I'd do a little video for you all, just to get you in the festive spirit. So usually, if I've got my ladies here in the kitchen, I always take their arrangements outside. But because it's just me in here, I'll quickly give this a spray. It is quite potent though, so do be careful. And there, I don't know whether you probably can't see on the video, but it does make a real difference. It gives a lovely shine on the foliage, which is really pretty. And then also, if you want to, you can add some glitter. So obviously today I'm doing a sort of silver and pink arrangement, but obviously if you were using reds and oranges, then perhaps it might be nice to do some gold glitter. Rather than the silver, but there. So it's got a little bit of a silvery tinge to it, a little bit of glitter, which is really pretty. So, having taken our wreath, we've got the glitter, we've got the foliage, we've got the basics now. So now I'm just going to take these lovely white roses. I've just bought these from a supermarket, and I'm going to use 5 in the arrangement. And I'm just going to space them nicely and put them straight into the middle of the arrangement. Obviously, if you wanted to do a different variation, you could use red roses, which are always a bit more Christmassy. But the lovely thing about doing this arrangement is once you've got your basic foliage ring, then you can either leave it just as it is on the door or on the table, or otherwise you can add different flowers all the time. So you could start off with a white arrangement, white and silver, with a few pink berries, or then if you wanted to nearer Christmas time, you could add in some big red roses. And equally, these little hypericum berries that I've used come in the red colour as well, and also a cream. So you could do the red hypericum berries and red roses if you wanted to, with the gold glitter. And then you could always add in some little orange segments on a wire as well, and perhaps some fir cones to make it look a little bit more natural. Anyway, I will put in my white roses there, which look ever so pretty, like that. Space them out. So that looks really nice, just like that. Okay. And then I just change the position of that one to space it out. And then I'm going to take these lovely pink hypericum berries and place these in between the white roses, like so. There we go. There. And it's amazing what a difference just adding those little the little hypericum berries makes. Ever so pretty. And then, as one final thing, I've bought, just from my local florist actually, some of these little glittery cones, which are really pretty. And I'm just going to position these just below the pink hypericum berries. So I've got 5 of these, and I'm just going to add these in, which look really pretty. Very festive. You can get these in gold as well, or I'm sure other colours. But today, my little bit of bling is silver. Silver and pink, there. So, okay, so pretty much that is going to be my Christmas wreath that I've made for you today. Now, as I say, you can either add a little bit of ribbon on the top that you could put through, or otherwise you can add this string. As I say, the wire covered string. So basically I just take a long piece and I twizzle it around at the top to make it nice and secure. And then you would just loop that through at the top of your wreath. Oops. Pop that through, just like that. And there, you would be able to hang your wreath up on your door, just like that. Or otherwise, if you wanted to use it as a table decoration, you could just pop your candle in the middle. So I can't really show you, but basically it would be looking like that. So anyway, it's a really good little arrangement to do because it's multi-functioning really. It can be on your door, or otherwise if you get probably better to get a larger candle, so it would be sticking out the top. But anyway, I hope you've enjoyed this little video. It's inspired you to make a lovely Christmas flower arrangement. And so all that is left is for me to say Happy Christmas, have a very safe time, and thank you so much for watching, and cheers.